Before my journey to radio, what was it that I was doing? A bunch of things. Aside, trying not to get into trouble. I could remember that, there was always something that was piquing my interest. And it always had to do with being media inclined. So when I was in university, I used to run a magazine on the side, aside throwing the biggest parties. Then I went to University of Benin. So radio was something that came naturally to me because I loved music. At the same time, and people said I had a great personality, so I tried my hands on radio back in university and started doing it professionally when I moved back to Lagos for NYSC, then post NYSC. So let me just say I've just been around media, entertainment, and music like literally all my life. When did I decide I was, going to do this full time? The thing was, it was like as I went on, because I had a plan and I didn't have a plan. So I was more like, let me just see where life is going to throw me. More like, so I left uni, came to Lagos, did OBS when I was in NYC camp, and got an opportunity to, let me not say got an opportunity, I had to get the opportunity myself because I got a placement in corporate comms for Airtel. My mom knew somebody and he was like, oh, you have a nice voice and would want to use you there and everything. But I wanted to just do radio because it just spoke to me in a different kind of way. So I had to go to Rhythm in Lekki, I remember, and literally beg for them to take me. I just wanted an opportunity to just do it. So that's how radio for me started professionally. Then Beat FM happened by chance. It just happened. I was, Mimi was working there at the time, and we used to share music, if I remember. So whenever she had new music, she would send to me and tell me to check it out, and and stuff like that. So I just randomly asked if they were hiring, and they were like, oh, they needed somebody for the overnight, and I was like, okay. So I went for the audition on like a Monday, got a call back on like a Thursday for an interview. And I remember the interview like it was yesterday because my MD was like, oh, you talk too fast and all of that. And I got a call back and yeah, I was offered the job, and that's how I started. So yeah. My first day, it was a Friday, I remember, because we have been on training since Monday. So Friday was going to be our first show. So I was doing the overnight then. I was doing the overnight. It was from 1 to 6 a.m. on Fridays, then 2 to 6 a.m. on Saturdays, then midnight 6 a.m. on Sundays. So it was a very weird time built or anything, but it gave me an opportunity to grow. So came energetic. I think I was at the station the entire day because it was going to be the first day I was doing my show. So I was really excited about it. And so the Friday show was Shegun DJ Case. And so I joined in to just build confidence before my own show started and everything. So I think around 11, if I remember. So we were checking tweets, retweeting, reading out tweets and everything. And somebody sent a tweet and said, Shegun and myself were doing rubbish. And that, it sounded like trash and we should listen to another radio station, and he called another OAP's name and we should learn how it's done or anything. And Shegun was one that saw it and it was like, but they're tearing us apart and everything, and we were like, oh, I hope our PD is not listening and all of that and everything. And it was a really, it just knocked the sail out of my confidence that day because it was going to be my first show. And if the people that we're supposed to be impressing, the people that we are supposed to be on the radio for, had this, what's it called right now, had this thoughts that we're not doing the right thing, it meant that, okay, maybe radio wasn't what we're supposed to be doing and all of that. So yeah, then I think I got into my show and I couldn't say a word for 5 hours. I just played music all day that day. I remember then Chris Razor came on Saturday morning. They did a tiny handover and all of that. Then I got home and, it just kept, all weekend, it was just in my head. People that follow me on Twitter will know that I'm always very subtle when it comes to criticizing people who are creatives, because I feel like if someone takes their time to actually create something, if it's not something that resonates with you, you should actually take time to respect the fact that they're taking out their time to actually create something. So So a lot of people do not understand, the effort it takes to create. So even if it doesn't make sense to you, the least you can do is just to respect and appreciate the effort that he puts in and all of that. So right after that, I think what helped me to grow my confidence was I had to understand who I was, kind of personality I had, and channel it into radio per se. So the feedback I used to constantly get was a lot of people said I was relatable, and it was like they're talking to that guy. So it was more, I will say it as it comes to my head. So what's the word right now? How I have conversations with my guys or people off the radio, the same conversations I'd bring on the radio and stuff. So I was spontaneous with my sarcasm. I was spontaneous on the jump. So I used to tell people, I think 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences ahead sometimes. So that's why most times when I get off radio, I'm mentally just done and all of that. So I just had to figure out who I was and try as much as possible to be comfortable with the conversations I used to have on the radio. And so far so good. Yeah, it's worked. So, I wrote a book, The Confessions of a Lagos Bachelor, and one of the major reasons why I wrote the book was to make money, because I was constantly just looking for streams of income left, right, and center. And I figured that, I've had tons of relationships and dealings with women or anything. So why not? So I tweet about a bunch of things, people that follow me. So why don't I just put it all in a book? So I started writing, and I'm not a professional writer. So I just saw it wasn't just making sense. Then I tried to ghost write it, and the ghostwriter wasn't just chopping my money, and he would bring scripts, and it was just disjointed. It was all over the place, and I was like, okay, I need to write this myself so I can be able to properly tell my own story from my own perspective. And I just couldn't bring myself to writing it. And when people would ask, because I'd shot a cover and I was saying, it's coming out, I'll be giving them to do, like, don't worry. Meanwhile, I've not written anything. Then between 2016 and 17, I got into a relationship that I thought was going to be my last one. And we broke up, and the breakup was horrible. And I think I was on a trip to New York or something, and I had a 12-hour stop in Dubai, and I wrote the entire book on that stop. I just started writing, just wrote everything. I think it was a heartbreak that just, And it did good. The feedback's been amazing. And we had to do a reprint, I think like 2 weeks ago, and we sold out everything again. So I think I'm done with that phase now, and I'll be looking forward to maybe writing about something, another topic, I don't know. First things first, to be on the radio, you need to be emotionally balanced, because if I'm having a horrible day, you hear it on the radio. People will say, be professional, and whatever you're dealing with, keep it on the back and just do your job. As much as we try to always put forward that persona perspective, if you don't have all your emotions together, it will somehow spill into your work. So basically, I think I'm in a great place now. I've matured a whole lot. It's crazy what growing old does to you. You become more introspective. That's what I say. So let me just say, I started wearing less and going out more, like Drake, and it's more logic over emotion for me, since I turned 30. So it's like I say, I'm just in a great place, inner peace, no more fighting on Twitter, all of that. So it's great. Hi, my name is Osi. I'm an on-air personality with the Beats 99.9 FM. I host The Morning Rush, and I'm also the Deputy Director of Programs as well. And this is my first.